Hello, grade 10 students. In this video, we're going to talk about our new lesson about the endocrine system and the hormonal communication. First, let's talk about the communication inside the body. In communication inside the body, we have two types of communications. We have something called nervous communication and something called the hormonal communication. So what the difference between these two, nervous communication and the hormonal communication? Already we discovered what the meaning of the nervous communication. Nervous communication, it occurs through the nervous system. This communication is very fast. It occurs in milliseconds. Whereas the hormonal communication, it occurs through hormones. So these hormones allow the communication to be slow or slow compared to the nervous system, to the nervous communication. This communication is slow, few seconds or even few minutes. So first, nervous communication. It occurs through the nervous system, while the hormonal, it occurs through hormones. Communication is very fast in the nervous communication, while it's slow compared to that in the nervous communication with respect to the hormonal one. Now, we will move to talk about the comparison between the nervous communication and the hormonal communication. So hormonal communication and the nervous communication. Let's start first with the nervous. Nervous communication, the message is a nervous message, while the endocrine communication, the message is hormonal, it's through hormones that are chemicals secreted into the blood. The nervous communication has a rapid response. The response is very fast, while the endocrine communication, the response is slow. Nervous communication, it's electrochemical message, whereas the endocrine communication, it's a chemical message. Why it's a chemical? Because it's through hormones, they are chemicals. While nervous communication, it's electrochemical, it's through chemicals, through ions and pumps, you remember, and through the nerve impulses, action potential, depolarization, repolarization, and something like this. So this is electrical. Nervous message is transmitted from one neuron to another neuron, or from a neuron to an effector organ, whereas the hormones, they are transported through the blood from the gland to the target organ. And we will talk about what are the glands. Effector organs is connected to the nervous system by the help of nerves, while in the endocrine communication, the effector organs are not connected to the endocrine glands. Nervous communication is not controlled by the endocrine one, whereas endocrine one may be controlled by nervous centers. First, what is a gland? Gland is an organ that produces certain chemical substances. These chemical substances, they are known as the hormones. Hormones, they have specific target organ. For example, my target here is, for example, to reach this. So this is my target. My target is to reach the final line. So this is the target. So these hormones, they have a target organ. They work on a specific organ. So these are hormones. They have specific organs to work on. And we will identify what are the target organs and what do they do for this. So the gland is an organ that synthesizes or produces or secretes certain chemical substances. They are known as hormones that have specific target organs. So what about the type of glands? How many types? We have three types of glands. First type is called endocrine glands. Endocrine glands, they are glands that secrete hormones where? Directly to the blood. This is into the blood. So you have to keep it in your mind. Endocrine into the blood. So endocrine glands, they secrete hormones into the blood. Example about this, thyroid gland that's found at the level of the neck. This is the thyroid gland. It secretes the hormone that's called thyroxine. Where? Into the blood. Also, pancreas is known to secrete insulin into the blood, and insulin is known to regulate the sugar level, the glucose level. So these are examples about endocrine. So endocrine, endo, they secrete hormones into the blood. Okay? Second type, exocrine glands. Exocrine, they are glands that secrete substances through special ducts. They don't secrete them directly into the blood. For example, salivary gland in the mouth, it secretes saliva. Where? Into the mouth. This is the special duct. It secreted them into the mouth. And pancreas, it secretes pancreatic juice. Where? To the small intestine. Third type of gland is called the mixed gland. So mixed gland is the gland that has both functions. It has endocrine and exocrine functions. So this is called the mixed gland. So this is the third type of gland, the mixed gland. It has both exocrine and endocrine functions. So I repeat this. The first type of gland is called the endocrine glands. They secrete hormones where directly into, so into the blood, like thyroid gland and the pancreas. And exocrine glands, they are glands that secrete substances through special ducts. For example, they secrete saliva in the mouth, salivary glands, and pancreas secretes insulin, or secretes pancreatic juice to the small intestine. Next gland, it has both function, endo and exo. Example about this, the pancreas. Pancreas, it secretes pancreatic juice into special ducts in the small intestine. And we have the pancreas secretes insulin into the blood. So it has both functions. So the pancreas, it is an example about the mixed gland. What is the target organ? Target organ is the specific organ where the hormone can act. The target organ has cells. These cells, they possess receptors for certain hormones. For example, we have a gland. The gland secretes a hormone. This hormone will bind to specific receptors, will bind to specific locks on the target cell. These hormones will bind. Whenever they bind, they will induce a change in the target organ. They will cause it to secrete a substance, to change the form, or something like this. So, what are the steps of the hormonal communication? These steps, we have to study them. First step, we have the secretion of the hormone by an endocrine gland into the blood. This hormone is secreted into the blood. Then this hormone will circulate in the blood vessels and will pass from the blood toward its target organ. It finds out the target organ, so it moves toward its target organ. Then this hormone will fix to the receptors on the target organ. It has a special chair, a special place to sit on the target organ. They are called receptors. Whenever they fix these hormones, they will form something called hormone receptor complex. What the meaning of this? Hormone bind to its receptor organ, so it's called hormone receptor complex. This formation of the hormone receptor complex will induce a response in the target cell and will cause it to change, to secrete something, or to change its dynamics. So let's move now to specific types of glands that have an important function in our body. First, we have the pituitary gland. Pituitary gland is located at the base of the brain below something called the hypothalamus. This is the pituitary gland. This is the position of the pituitary gland at the base of the brain below the hypothalamus. Pituitary gland, what is the function? It secretes two hormones, TSH and HGH. TSH is called thyroid stimulating hormone. From its name, TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone. What does it do? It stimulates the thyroid gland to secrete its hormone, which is called thyroxine. Thyroxine, where it works on the gland, which is the thyroid gland. So the target organ is the thyroid gland. So I repeat, TSH, T for thyroid, S for stimulating, H for hormone. So thyroid stimulating hormone, it stimulates the thyroid gland to secrete thyroxine, and this will work on the thyroid gland, the target organ. And another hormone is secreted by the pituitary gland. It's the HGH, human growth hormone. Human growth hormone, this is the hormone, those who go to the gym and something they call hormone, this is the hormone, human growth hormone. Human growth hormone will stimulate growth and development of the muscles. You have bigger muscles and you have enormous development and growth. This works throughout the whole body. So then you have a specific target organ. So it works throughout the whole body. So I repeat, the pituitary gland is located where? At the base of the brain. It's located below the hypothalamus. It secretes two hormones, TSH and HGH. TSH, thyroid stimulating hormone. HGH, human growth hormone. TSH, it stimulates the thyroid gland to secrete the hormone thyroxine. And it has a target organ, which is the thyroid gland. HGH, human growth hormone. It stimulates the growth and development of the body and works throughout the whole body. This is about the pituitary gland. Let's move now to the thyroid gland. Thyroid gland is found here at the level of the neck. Thyroid gland, it secretes two hormone thyroxine, T3 and T4, different forms, T3 and T4. The functions of these, they influence the metabolic reaction, they increase the metabolism inside the body, and they work throughout the whole body. So thyroid gland is found at the level of the neck. It secretes hormone thyroxine in its two forms, T3 and T4, and they influence the metabolic reactions and the target organ. They work throughout the body. So this is the position of the thyroid gland. Okay, this is everything for our session for this week about the endocrine gland, about the exocrine glands, and the mixed glands, the three different forms. We identified the steps of the hormonal communication process, and also we talked about two different glands. We talked about the pituitary glands and the hormones that are secreted by the pituitary glands. We talked about the TSH and the HGH. Also, we talked about the thyroid gland, and we talked about thyroxine and its role in the metabolic reaction. Thank you.